morning, I'm Jared. Have you ever taken a sneak peek inside a computer and wonder how it actually works? Well, I did. Ever since I was 5, I've been working on computers, and now I finally took one apart, built and programmed Arduino circuits, and built my own cranking computer. This is a fan. You know, sometimes you get really hot and you want to use the fan to cool you down. Well, the fan in a computer does the exact same thing. And this is the fan. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. It is short-term memory that remembers the programs you're running, open files, and what's on your screen. When the computer is turned off, the memory is wiped out. This is why it is important to constantly save your data. The more memory your computer has, the faster it responds. This is RAM. And you can't touch the gold pins because they're so delicate. The hard drive is your computer's long-term memory. It is where all your documents, operating systems, apps, and music are stored. The higher the capacity, the more data that can be stored. If you want to throw away your computer, you should first grab a hammer and smash your hard drive so nobody can look at your secret documents. An optical drive is a very small camera lens and uses a red laser to read channels in the disc like a record player, for those of you who know what a record player is. The CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is the brains of a computer. It is on a single chip called a microprocessor. The CPU takes instruction from the main memory, determines what the instruction is, and then carries out the instruction. 3 parts of the CPU are the ALU, Arithmetic Logic Unit, the Control Unit, and the registers. The ALU performs calculations and makes decisions. The Control Unit organizes the process steps. The registers are small storage areas which store the results of the ALU operations. There is a system clock which controls the speed of the CPU. The speed is measured in gigahertz. A computer CPU is just like your brain. If you decide you want to pick a cup off a table, your brain sends a signal to your hands on how to do that. In the case of a CPU, it executes a program, which is a sequence of stored instructions. These instructions are kept in the computer's memory. An Arduino is a microprocessor that can be coded to interact with its environment, using its sensors and actuators. I was excited to make my first Arduino project. First, I set up 3 LED lights on the breadboard. Then I took bumper wires and put them on the same row as the lights. After that, I typed in the code to program it so the Arduino understands. I used the book to help. I put the switch on and also coded that. Then a few minutes later, I put in the last part, the resistor. Finally, I was done. I made my way through and I am very proud. When you press the button, the 3 LED lights go in the order I programmed it for. And this is what I made, and this is the program. I went to Huge for my site visit and I was really excited. Huge is in Dumbo, Brooklyn on Main Street. Huge is a digital marketing company with an amazing list of clients including Google, Nike, Under Armour, Audi, and many more. Gila Friedman gave me a quick tour of the Huge offices. Lots of people were working on projects. Lots of workers also ride their bikes to work or bring their dogs. Next, I went to interview Pinak Namdar, who is Huge's head of technology and Arduino specialist. He answered all my questions, gave me great advice, and gave me great advice on how a computer's brain works. Then I saw the makerspace and saw the VR glasses. It was so much fun. When I finish college and I'm looking for a job, I'm going to ask my cousin, the CEO of Huge, if there's a spot for me in his company. This is my next Arduino project. I chose the Light Theremin because I like instruments.
Hi, I'm Jared, and this is my next Arduino project. So this is called a Light Theremin, and it's one of the first electrical instruments in the 1920s. And to make it, I used a photoresistor, which controls the sound by the amount of light. I also used a piezo, which is waves of sounds, and I used a sound control on that sound that controls the sound, the volume. And this is my code. So let's do it. In order to make it, you need a lot of light. So we put light on for 5 seconds. And then the volume goes up.
The highlight of my entire project was being able to build a Franken computer. I used parts from all different computers and put them together in a case and attached a monitor. Early in the video, you saw about RAM and a fan, right? Well, the parts that I used were older than those today, but it was also bigger and noisier. This task was a long process, and I learned a ton of information. And this is the computer I built. The parts are in it. And thanks for listening. I hope you have a nice day.